This is CNN Breaking News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Poppy Harlow.
And I'm John Berman. News breaking by the minute this morning in last night's horrific attack at a concert in Manchester, England. That concert filled with teenagers and children. This morning, ISIS claimed responsibility, and at this moment, police are conducting raids in connection with this bombing that killed at least 22 people, including children.
But let's get to our panel as we watch this to talk about what we're learning, these fast-moving developments about this terror attack that has transpired. Paul Cruikshank is with us, CNN terrorism analyst. Mike Baker is here as well, former CIA operative and co-founder of Diligence LLC. Daveed Gartenstein-Ross is a counterterrorism expert and senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Paul, just to you first, you're so dialed in with all of your sources on this. We know there's this arrest of a 23-year-old. We know there was an apparent suicide bomber. Neither of them have been identified. Clarissa was noting, was it ISIS directed, ISIS inspired? What are you learning?
Watching now Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, as they get ready to board Air Force One to leave this part of the president's overseas trip. We, of course, are talking about the terror attack that took place in Manchester, England overnight. Daveed Gartenstein-Ross with us as well. You are an anti-terror expert. Your assessment of the overall threat level in Britain and the nature of this attack, the overt barbarism involved here, attacking a concert with kids, the message being sent here.
Yeah, the barbarism of it is extraordinary. This is seen by so many people as being much more callous and in many ways much more personal than these attacks usually are because of who the victims are going to be. Given who the singer's fan base is, it's going to be teenage and younger girls. You can see the first two victims who are announced are ages 8 and 18. And for a suicide bomber, it's extraordinarily personal. You have to choose who you're standing beside, often looking victims in the eye and choosing exactly who you want to kill as you blow yourself up. Very different than a bomb that's put in, for example, a trash can, which is personal in its own way, but a bit impersonal in that you don't see the victims. In this case, the suicide bomber would have to stand right next to them and choose who he wanted to kill. As to the overall threat level in Britain, British police and security services have disrupted an unprecedented level of ISIS attacks. If you look at Europe overall, what we could see there, I think we could describe as a nightmare scenario for the continent. People who've worked on this for a while, as everyone on this panel has, will remember the days when we could count the number of major post-9/11 attacks in a single hand, and they were known by their dates, like 3/11 and 7/7. In the past 3 years, you've had an utter explosion in major attacks in the continent.